BEUNSTOPPABLE1.com.
Like growing up, holidays wasn't the crazy thing, like how everybody makes it a big deal. It wasn't like that in my house. But we did everything that everybody else did. We just didn't do the ritual of it, as my dad would say. The rituals. I'm not conforming to none of the rituals.
So how did that affect you as a child? And being a father now, how does that affect you raising your child, if it does?
I mean, as a kid, after you get used to it, like, I can see if he was like, no gifts, no nothing, like, that's different. Like, we got everything. I had more than the average. So like, now with my daughter, like, my daughter's 9, well, she'll be 9 by the time y'all see this, probably in June. But when my daughter knows Santa Claus isn't real, but she enjoys it for the kid stuff of it, like any kid would. So I don't be on it like, nah, I ain't no such thing in my, nah, I'm lax, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I let them have their fun, but she knows I bought all of that, or her mother bought it, or she got it from her brother and all that. Like, she knows there's no such thing as Santa Claus, but she enjoys like Santa, and you be like, whatever. She's already out of it.
You don't do the propaganda of it.
I don't do no that.
I don't do the propaganda. Like, only holiday I actually celebrate is my birthday.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only real holiday.
That's it. Yeah.
Everything else is because of
some family and everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, now, because
and Thanksgiving you get a good plate. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
So that's dope though. That's good to know. Like, it ain't like spoil you. Like, it ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
It ain't turn you.
Nah.
So now let's talk about. Let's go back. We're gonna come back up. Mm-hmm. Jumping off the porch.
Okay.
16-ish, if you will.
16-ish. Well, jumping off the porch, like going to create my own way in life.
Who Mr. Roger was, who he's becoming.
Well, my man Jam, shouts to Jam. I used to see Jam. He's older than me, lived in the building and stuff like that. But he was getting dropped off by like Heavy D and Dougie Fresh and all of that all the time. And around, I think 13 or a little less than that, that's when we started rapping, me, old man. We all started rapping and stuff like that. But I just knew, seeing my dad, how he moved and things of that nature, even though he wasn't with it, but I just was like, I gotta do this. Like, I want to be in music. So I approached Jam and I was like, yo, you gotta help me. And he was like, nah, you ain't serious or whatever. So he told me, he said, look, I'm gonna give you this book. Read this book. It was about like melanin and black power and all of this stuff. And he was like, and write a rap about that. And if you do that and it's dope, I'm gonna fuck with you. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I read the book, I wrote the song, and I performed it in his living room in front of his moms, God bless her dead, Miss Jackie, and his sister Janika. And it was hard, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it wasn't hard, but but it was hard. Hard enough for him to rock with me. So then, and my man Chuck, I met my man Chuck in front of my building, squashed some stupid beef for him. And he just was around, and then that night we was all rapping, and he was like, yo, son, that right there, you need to come downtown with that. And I was like, come downtown. So I used to go downtown with him. He was an intern at Uptown Records. And that was the first time, well, that's not the first time I went to a label. The first label we went to was Elektra. We took a meeting at Elektra. Old moms knew like the VP of A&R, some crazy shit. And we took a big meeting at Elektra, and we played a song. We did Michael Jackson, I Can't Help It, over. And the lady told us that it wasn't, she didn't say it wasn't good, but she was just like, she didn't think that's what hip hop wanted. And right after that meeting, maybe 2 months, I don't know, maybe a couple months, De La Soul came out with To the Break of Dawn with the same beat. But that was a beautiful lesson for me, because I knew A&Rs don't know what they're talking about, and I do.
Stick to your guns.
Stick to my guns. I didn't just abandon the record, but I just saw what it was. And then after that, like I said, Jam and then Chuck, and we throwing parties at little clubs. I'm 16.
I'm about to say, what was that time frame? 16?
16 to, cause I booked Wu-Tang for their first show in Manhattan off Protect Your Neck. I might have been 16, 17 years old, something like that.
That's large right there. Hold on, we gonna stop right there. We not gonna let you just gloss over that like they say. So you booked Wu-Tang.
Yeah. Like, so boom, so Jam was throwing a party at this club called The Muse. It was like one of the hip hop spots in Manhattan. And then he was like, yo, I want somebody to perform. I don't know who to get to perform. I mean, I'm gonna let you rhyme, but like I need somebody to perform. And I just bought Protect Your Neck vinyl. And I was like, yo, you need to get the Wu-Tang Clan. And he was like, the fuck is the Wu-Tang Clan? I was like, yo, I'm telling you, the Wu-Tang Clan. And their number was on the vinyl.
Riz is a beast.
So I called the number, they answered, and we got the Wu-Tang Clan for $1,000.
That's official.
That's
history books right
there. But
there.
this is where it goes left. Nobody knew who the Wu-Tang Clan was, so nobody really came. Wu-Tang showed up with 300 people.
They was the clan.
No, 300. They damn near bum rushed the door. Nobody paid the whole bit. And when they performed, though, it was crazy. Like, it was fucking amazing. I was just sitting there on the side of the stage, like, oh shit.
They brought their party with them.
But then after that, they was like, yo, with my $1,000, and we like, yo, son, we ain't make a dime in here tonight. And then all of a sudden, a security guard, they all got everybody out, and then all I heard was a security guard like, get down. And they slammed the gates of the club, and you just heard whatever was hitting them gates. And we was inside like, oh shit. But yeah, shouts to my man Raekwon, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to Ghost, my nigga Ghostface, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause
that's a hell of a story.
You fast forward years later, I helped A&R Wu Block, and you know.
Moments, man. Moments. So that's ill right there. That's ill.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
So now you're in the music. You're into the.
I'm into music.
Your feet is more than wet.
Yeah. I was in the studio at 13, so by 21, it was on. You know, like when I came back from South Carolina, by the time I did that, it was on.
What at that point, 20-ish, 21, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the time that we met.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
So I know what was going on from my perspective. From you living in that moment. What was the highs and the lows like that 2021?
2021 highs and lows. Lows, I can't really say it was too many lows because 21, man, like, you know, life is life, like, you know.
Everything is
everything, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I dropped out of school, like I was in college, I dropped out of school because I was like, a psych teacher said something to me that was ill. He said, if you need time to figure out what you want to do, school's the perfect place to be. If you know what you want to do and you need certain paperwork, degrees and stuff, you're in the perfect place. But if you know what you want to do and you ain't got to do nothing but just go do it, you're in the wrong place and you're wasting your time. I got up, I withdrew out of school. I sold my books back to the bookstore. I came home, my dad asked me how was school. I was like, yo, I dropped out. My bill was like $330. I was like, we ain't gonna waste this money, I'm out. I got things to do. So, and then, you know, messing around with the streets, you know what I'm saying? As you would know, like, you know, that's, you know, messing around, just doing it. And I think that's just a pathway for most. It's sad to say, but most of us growing up in the urban cities, you're gonna attack that and like it, or you're not gonna like it. Me, I didn't like it because I really didn't like who I had to become to be successful. I thought I would have to be something I really didn't want to be, so that's why I left it alone. I had a short stint with the street, and then I left it alone. But when I went to South Carolina, and everybody was like, "Why did I go to South Carolina?" I was like, "We was doing too much and not getting caught." I was like, "I'm gonna get caught." I done got pulled over by police, hammer on me, all of that. They searching all of us. It's time to search me, and the cop just pulled me off the wall like, "Nah, he ain't doing nothing." And I'm the one with the hammer on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just sitting there like, "What the fuck is good?" I mean, I know it was how I was dressed because I always kept a job. I always did that. So even with doing whatever, I never looked like what was going on.
Never looked like,
you know, I had records under my arm, a security uniform on, and a 9mm on my waist, and a book bag coming from school. They're like, he ain't doing nothing. So that's why I always do that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the street, but I'm not hood. Like I am, you know, yeah, whatever. We from the block, I'm from the curb, just like everybody else, but I know I react and I adapt differently. And I know that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
that's a jewel right there.
Yeah, it's just everybody ain't streets. That's why there's sidewalks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like, oh yeah, don't fuck with me. Like, trust me. You know what I'm saying? But I know people that's different and will do things that I wouldn't do.
It's different levels.
It's different levels. Yeah, it's different levels to that shit. Like, and you have to know that, because I'm not gonna pose. I'm not gonna act like some. It's only one superhero in my life, and that's my dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so everybody's everybody to me. Do what you do. You know, commend you. But yeah, but like you said, lows. I didn't really have any lows at that. I can't sitting where I'm sitting now and saying lows. I mean, yeah, we had, you had growing pains, but I don't think it was
That's
too many lows.
That's funny that you say that, because I was going to ask you, because we wanted to. It's about halfway in the interview. People got to know you a little bit. But I wanted to ask you, being in a group, because at one time y'all wasn't really a group.
Yeah, we was.
It was a bunch of motherfuckers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like friends.
Friends, yeah.
So at one time, all of your friends, then all of y'all was rapping.
Yeah.
You got a record deal.
Yeah.
In the record deal, you were signed to
Divine,
yeah. the dancing guy.
Yeah, uptown, up front. Yeah, up front record. Shout out to Divine. Yeah.
Right. So from that point, things you looking real good. You looking
things was looking up. Never saw my name in black and white with $1 million next to it until I saw that.
Right. So from that point, your friends, do they feel like you owe them, or
I don't.
Because you said now you look back, it's growing pains. So my question is, at that point, right? Now that you look back, hindsight, but at the point in living in that moment, do you think it was jealousy, entitlement, or just growing pains?
I want to say that was a good question. I would say growing pains. I would say boys learning to be men, because we were young with our situations. I was thinking about that yesterday, because even the way I got my deal and I got my situation, you can never cry over spilled milk, but I would have did it differently. But I feel like I think it's Joseph in the Bible, where it's like God always protected him no matter what level he was on. He always shined, he always did his numbers, and he was good, even though he didn't get what he wanted. But then, when you don't get what you want at a certain point, and then you make it to another level, and then you be like, yo, damn, what if I did get that? It could have went totally left. So I look at it as like I said, boys learning to be men, fear, because everybody was in a different place in their life, and we've all talked about this. But like being in a different place in their lives, I'm going after something I always knew was possible. I don't think they thought it was possible until they saw me doing what I was doing. And then that's exciting in itself.
Right.
Motherfuckers, niggas riding around in Lambos and Porsches and just you meeting people on different, and you rubbing elbows with different people. And even though things is like still, ground level, you still like, you get a record deal, so what? Like, I can say that now, but you get a record deal, so what? Like until your record is popping, until, and anybody that's ever gotten a deal and put music out and none of that, they'll tell you, like, all right, you got a record deal, big deal. That's like,
so
I signed a lease for an apartment, great.
Right now, furnish that motherfucker.
Yeah. Definitely. You know what I mean? Buy the building. How about that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
that leads me actually into my other question. Transitions as well with you. I like this. So
it's not my first rodeo.
Getting to that point, record deal. you meeting people in the studio with people, doing songs with people.
Yeah, yeah.
I know some people you did some songs with.
Yeah.
I'll let you, spill that. But you writing for people.
Yeah, yeah.
So at what point did you say, I'm successful, but I want this? Was it a letdown, or was it what was it, a letdown, or was it a lesson?
Lesson. Never a letdown. I'm the type that I'm still climbing this ladder. Like a friend of mine said to me a couple years ago, man, we almost there. I said, where's there? Like, where are you going? Where's there? And he was just like, no, you know what I mean. I was like, I actually don't. Like, where's there? So it's lessons. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson. How this happened? How did that happen? What did you do wrong? Like, I was thinking about a situation the other day, like going back in my past. I was working with Blue Williams, one of the biggest managers, Outkast. I was working with him. That's how I ended up meeting Divine. Something went wrong somewhere, and it was like I made a decision. Now, when I made that decision, in hindsight, I ended up in a ill place because definitely with somebody that don't give a fuck, and then mix that with everything that was going on, that's crazy. I would have been protected more if I stayed with Blue. I'd have definitely put out albums. I'd have definitely did all. I wouldn't be the behind the scenes guy. I would have been in front.
So being loyal, basically.
Me not being loyal.
Me not being loyal.
Me not being loyal. Me not being loyal in a situation. But at the end of the day, it's business. So I'm not saying like I shitted on them or nothing. Nah, I made a business decision. But I won't say it was wrong neither, because if I didn't make that decision, I wouldn't be Grammy nominated, multi-platinum, and all of this. I could say, yo, but if I'd have stayed here, this would have happened. But what happened, happened. So,
that's a fact.
I stand on the ground I'm standing on. But I have thought about that, because Trev said that to me one day. He was like, yo, if you'd have stayed with Blue, Blue would have made sure. He was like, because he would have protected you. And I'm never the guy to feel like all of this is not happening because I'm not there. Like, everybody's talented. Everybody got, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not that guy to be like, yo, this didn't happen for them, and them, because I wasn't there. Like, I'm not that guy like that. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's talented.
So summing it up, not being the house, after all the work you put in, Grammy nominated, you said, multiple hits written that I know, and you not, to people, a household name.
Well, I can walk down the street and nobody's gonna be like, yo!
Right.
But then it depends on what street I'm on. Like, some people will be like,
perspective.
Like, it's all perspective. And it's like what do you want? Like, at the end of the day, like, okay, when I made the decision, I remember being 30 something, and I did that other deal I did, like 2002, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna start writing for people for real. And Mark told me not to do it. Mark was like, nah, nigga, you too nice for that, da-da-da-da-da. And he was right and he was wrong. But if I didn't write for people, I wouldn't have ended up A&R doing all kinds of different things. You know, like being free with your gift, like the Bible say, your gift will make room. So
during the interview, you mentioned the Bible, a couple quotes and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Where are you spiritually? Because I know you personally, Mr. Rogers. That's how I met you. In the recent years, you changed your name.
Yeah, everything costs. So
I think the first project you put out under Everything Costs was,
The Harvest.
I don't want to say, right, it's The Harvest, but I don't want to say, because you don't call it gospel. It's you named it. I don't
know what I call it.
It was
it could be inspirational, yeah.
Inspirational music, something like that. So what do you say to people who know you or knew you as Raj, know you now as Everything Costs, know your back, know your past, smoke, weed, drink, right? But now you're Everything Costs and you're doing The Harvest and you're doing these spiritual records. What do you say to them people? Is it organic or is it
it's moments too.
Or ulterior motive?
Nah. I don't. An ulterior motive to make records, don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like never did. But I was just in a place like, and then I got isolated, and I met this guy, and he was talking to me, and me and this man would have never met, like for real, and we just started talking for hours, and he was like, yo, and then one day he bought me a suit, like he a big dude, big white dude, bought me a suit. I was like, what is this? And then he was like, I always wanted to give this suit to somebody, but God said don't give it to anybody I don't deem worthy. About a $3,000 suit though, like custom. You could see. I was like, as soon as you touched it, I was like, oh, this is. He was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. And then when we kept talking, and I took the suit. I said, all right, cool. And then he was just like,
claw for Jesus.
Yeah, like, but he gave me
Jesus.
And then he said, but then it was nothing else for us to talk about, and I was just like. So then he just talking, and he was like, yeah, because you know I play music, and I was like, oh, I do music too. And he was like, oh, you do? And I was like, oh, nah, I do music, bro. Like, you know, yeah. And then he was down with the Jonas Brothers' father.
Oh, wow.
So he was cool with them, and he was just like, now I know why God wanted me to talk to you. And he was like, and he just started spilling to me, and he was like, God wants you to make the music for his harvest. Like he's not happy with the way music is going, and then at that point, I haven't written a song in a very long time. Like I've been fell out of love with it, like so because it's work for me. It's more business. It's not the little kid that just wanted to be sharp and like nah. This is work. It's always work. It ain't
about being in the cipher.
No, and it's work. Everybody that comes around you to a point wants you to facilitate a dream to a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how can I, push the button, Raj? Like, dude, what button? What button?
Heard that plenty of times.
Nigga, work. There's no button. Nigga, what did you do today? Did you push a button today? Like, work. Like, I work. I don't know what button you want. You know, there's no giveaways in this shit. So I was just isolated. I was feeling away, and then he hit me with that, and the shit brought me to tears. Like shit brought me to tears, and I was just like, I called my sister, who's a prayer warrior, and I'm talking to her, and she was like, finally, it came to him, and I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about, but she started praying for me. I'm deep in tears now, and then I wanted to get back in the studio, and the first record was Can't Turn Back. Now the funny thing about Can't Turn Back is my man 12, maybe 7-8 years before this, called me one day and said, yo, you gotta come to my house, I wanna play something for you. And I was like, what? So I go to 12's house, and he plays me a live concert from his father's church. And there was a song on there, I don't know the name of the song like right on top of my head right now, but it's the reason I made Can't Turn Back. It might have been called Can't Turn Back, whatever. So I looped the beat up, sampled, chopped it up, did like where he pointed, like right. Telling you.
That's the part.
So I killed it, doing beat stupid. For years, the beat been stupid. I rapped to this beat like 4 times. Sue Surf rapped to the beat.
Wow.
Couple heads jumped on this beat. I thought Sue Surf was gonna put it out because he shot a video to it and everything and it never put it out. And then I was like this, all right, now fast forward, I'm in this stage, like my heart feels different, my mind's in a different place. And then I go back to Can't Turn Back, and I done rapped to this beat before, but it never felt right. And then this time I did it flawless. So I was like, all right. And then Sweets, my partner Sweets, is a devoted Christian, stuff like that. And he called me and he was like, yo, something told me to call you. And I was like, yo, and I told him what happened. And he was just like, yo, something told me to call you today and check on you. And I was like, yo, this happened, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. This is where I'm going, this is what I'm about to do. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna name my company Godspeed Entertainment. And I was like, I checked it, it's free, I can buy it right now, da-da-da. And I was like, but should I do it? And he was like, bro, if you already checked the name, you already did all of that stuff, this is what's called an alley-oop. Like,
push the button.
Yeah, push the button. It's already in your spirit and your mind, so do it. I mean, Coalition Forces still exists, Associate still exists. I never closed none of these companies, but I put different projects in different places. So I did The Harvest, the album, but I played myself with The Harvest because I did the record Chicken Wings, and I shouldn't have did Chicken Wings. And Mondo called me, shouts to Mondo Beats, my partner with Beats and everything we do. and he called me and said, yo, you gotta change the hook, bro. Like, this album is phenomenal. And I didn't listen. I let me get in the way. We in the strip club, the record going crazy. Like, now I had my excuse, I had my mind made up and everything. Like, cause if I said that chicken wings was gonna lead everybody to the Harvest, and it did. People that heard the Harvest, they went there because they heard chicken wings. I could have put out plenty other records. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could have put out plenty other records first, but I went with chicken wings. But then one thing happened when I put out chicken wings, because when we put out Can't Turn Back, everything was there, the money to shoot videos, this to do that, everything. It seemed like everything was like bang, bang, bang. As soon as I pushed the button on chicken wings, it felt like everything dried up. It felt like I couldn't move, I couldn't do this. Yo, something was always stopping me from doing it, but I'm in the strip club and they rocking.
But do you, so on that note, do you think that was God pushing pause for not following that lane?
Could have been, yeah. Why not? It could have been, that's not what was supposed to happen, so that's not what happened. You know what I mean? Because other things I wanted to do, kill everybody in the room, that got done. Like, everything is not about that. Like, so I don't think he pushed pause on me. I just think I wasn't supposed to do it. Because he didn't pause me completely. Like, it's not like, you know, everything.
Just that avenue.
That song.
Go down that block.
Can't go down that block. Like, don't go down that block. Because even though you're in the strip club and you like this, and you saying things in chicken wings like you're not cursing. I'm not even talking about being in the strip club on the record.
You're not.
Like, I'm not. I just said I'm eating chicken wings with the strippers. But for my man to call me, a couple people said it to me, like 2, but then my man Karan, the other day we was in Atlanta working, and he was like, yo, what was the song? And he was like, yo, chicken wings, yo, son. Like, and you know, he's like a big liquor distributor. And he's like, yo, son, we could have did a deal here, we could have did this, because the record is that record. Even, but when you listen to it, you somebody told me when they listened to The Harvest, he said it was like he was telling me get my life straight without beating me in the head about it. That's good. Yeah, I'm not preaching to you. Like, I'm here with you. I eat chicken wings with the strippers. Like, it is what it is.
So,
but you know.
And on that lane, right? We're talking about production and everything. What do you think? We're talking about now, present day, being a producer, being a writer. What do you think about producers' tags that they put at the beginning? Do you think that sells a record? Do you think what do you think about that?
Everybody just wants because producers go unknown unless they become, like, think about the verses, which is amazing. But think about verses. You gotta have 20 hits to be on verses. As a producer, you know how many dope producers don't have 20 hits, but they got 5 solid. Like that they be like, bro, they still playing this. They still playing this one. You know what I mean? Right. But they can't, so they're not gonna get their flowers that way. So putting your tag on the front of a beat, they just want their 2 cents. Because everybody loves the rapper, but the first thing is the track.
That's crazy.
The first thing is the beat.
And I wasn't asking you that. I already had my set of questions. But I seen the auto-tune guy.
T-Pain said it. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I was fucking about to ask the question, right? But
yeah, it's real shit.
That's real.
That's real
so
shit.
We gonna get out of here, but before we do, we gonna wrap up. We gonna get all your stuff to kill everybody in the room.
Let's do it.
What you doing with the films and everything. But I'm gonna go back just a little bit, and I'm gonna play a song for you.
Oh shit.
And I want you to tell me
what was going on.
Yeah.
And I'm terrible at this, you know that.
Hey, man.
Because I don't be remembering everything. I'll be like,
you're going to remember this.
Wow, American Dream. Jeez, yo, where you getting all of these records from? I don't even have American Dream. Damn. That was shit. And was that like back in the video store and everything like that? That might have been.
It was back.
I know we recorded that in Harlem though. At Al, the rep spot, definitely did that. Because I cut so many records in there.
What was that mind frame of that 19, 18-year-old Raj writer? Like,
that was American Dream was just the truth. Like you like, especially young man, you 18, 17, between 17, 19, whatever. This is where you're trying to figure out how you're gonna make money, and like you said, step off the porch. So you know, like the groundwork of becoming a man, becoming your own, doing what you do. And for most of us at that age and coming from the areas we came from, no matter how much you was protected, no matter how much love you had, you're gonna go outside, you're gonna bump into America, you're gonna bump into life. So you seeing motherfuckers getting money, doing things, and you like this, like, yeah, you got your dreams of what you wanna do, but you like, this is what I'm seeing though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I know how it is to have that 9 to 5 and you see that check at the end of the week and you like, what the fuck? And I know how I feel to put out a record that you thought was doing better than you then. You get the check and you like, what the fuck? And then I got a check that's like, what the fuck? What? Like, oh shit, this is what this is? Okay, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the American dream, like just trying to get your piece of the pie. And nothing is, none of this is immune to, especially young black men. Like, come on, man. Like, and you just want things like cream cars and land. Get it while you can. This is the American dream. Like, you seeing every major white family in America is connected to a crime.
So with that, right, I'm glad I could take you back there to that space.
That's crazy. I need that email though, bro. Yes.
That's gonna cost you.
I need that. I need that email.
We'll talk off camera.
Whew, that's crazy. American dream.
So let's bring that American dream to now, because you are pretty much, you're good in your own right, right? You're a film writer, film producer, creator, a writer, a writer.
Writer, period. Yeah, right. Yeah, I just write.
You have a couple companies going on. So we got the props.
We got the props.
What did the pandemic, let's talk about this real quick. What did the pandemic do to you? How did it shape you? Or,
the pandemic got me back on my shit. The pandemic sat me down, put me in the house, and I even caught COVID. So like even going through that and coming out of that. But isolation is a real thing. And I was already isolated, you know what I mean? And then COVID, like, you know, I haven't seen my daughter in a year because I was scared to get her sick and just things like that. So I'm sitting back coming up with all these ideas. I wrote a movie called The Backstretch. That's crazy. And then, and I always had Kill Everybody in the room, but Jam was off doing a movie. Sweets was going through what he was going through. So I couldn't grab my crew like I would normally, because I don't do anything by myself. So I was like, so if they can't work, you not gonna work? That doesn't work. So I took Kill Everybody in the Room because I already had it. I knew who I wanted to put in it, some friends of mine and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I just grabbed a couple of dollars and was like, yo, let's just do it. I called my man Ninja Monkey, shouts to Ninja Monkey. And I booked this, even where we shot it. That's where my old studio used to be. I just went to the landlord.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I just went to the landlord and was like, yo, let me book it for a day. I shot it all in one day.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? 2 actors backed out 7 in the morning. Then Victoria, shouts to V Baby, and my man Dev stepped up, came, stayed the whole day. We did what we did. But it was just more of a get back on your shit, get back on your job. Like even the prop company, like I was buying, cause I go to a lot of productions, you know, young black directors and stuff like that. And when I go to their set, sometimes they be like, yeah, so we're gonna do this drug deal or we're gonna do whatever we're doing. And then I be like, all right, so where's the drugs? Where's the stuff? And
where's the shit?
Where's the shit? And they never have it. It's like, and that's what makes the production suffer. So I told myself that's not gonna be me. So I just started buying props for everything I was writing. Then it became an addiction on the low, and I just started buying way too much shit. And then, like me, I said,
follow that page. You got the props. He be popping all kind of stuff. I'm like, how you get this from? All kind of stuff. All kind of stuff.
So yeah, props with a Z. We got the props, but with a Z at the end on Instagram. And then like everything else I've ever done. I just went and incorporated it, and you know, like I said, we did the guns for the Big L concept reel, and you know, once they get that movie together, you know what I'm saying, and then a movie's coming out now called Dear Best Friend on BT. That's our first real like movie credit. We just did that in Florida, Miami. Shouts to Deshaun Hardy and Megamind and everybody. You know what I'm saying? So we got that, and then we did the Sheik Luch and Benny the Butcher video. I scout location scouting. We do that too. So we just did the Dave East Mary J. Blige video. We got them the location and everything for that.
He was all around my boo and all that. But
you know, so you know, we just work, man. I just work.
That's what's
I just
up.
work. You know, ain't no telling where you're gonna see me at or what I'm gonna be doing, but trust me, I'm working.
That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact.
I'm working.
Let me give them a little bit about Kill Everybody in the Room.
Okay.
Let them know like what type of movie is what.
Kill Everybody in the Room. It's an action movie about a detective, a narcissistic, arrogant detective, and his partner gets killed because of something he did wrong. And it's more than just his partner. It's his best friend. It's his sister's husband, the father to his niece, and all of that. And he gets murdered because of him. And he can't nail these dudes legally. He can't, you know, he just goes vigilante like Charles Bronson, Terminator style, and he goes and he gets to it. It's only the concept reel. It's 10 minutes long. It's on YouTube now. Kill Everybody in the Room movie, and it's there. Leave a comment.
We're gonna drop the link.
Check it out. Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube, we're gonna drop the link. If you're watching this on Roku, go to YouTube and watch it.
Yeah, it's all there. But we about to start filming the feature now, so you know we're getting all the budgets and everything together for that, because I just can't let it last that 10 minutes. I don't know why, but I gotta shoot the whole thing. I mean, the script is done, so you might as well shoot the whole thing.
Doubt. So with that, let the people know where they can find you, where they can follow at.
Evrythngco, EVRYTHNGCOST on Instagram. But if you type in Mr. Roger, MISTARAJA, it'll pop up too.
You're gonna put it right here.
Yeah, boom. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. You can have it. So
like
then the website, everythingcause.com or GodspeedENT.com. All of it will be there. The movies, the everything. Check out Fit for Royals. Fit for Royals fashion line. It's amazing. Spelled like I said it, Fit for Royals.
Definitely got some good pieces. I copped some pieces.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Straight for the kings and queens, you know what I'm saying? And we just outside, man, like.
Now.
It's about. We outside, man, for the work. It's all about the work, man.
Stay in tune, man. Get with them. Continue to follow me, of course.
All day.
We here, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. Again, this is Moments with D-Hop. Featuring
or Janus Octagon or Sugar Hill Sky or
Moments with D-Hop featuring my guy Mr. Rogers.
All day.
Everything
my guy, for real.
We appreciate you. Like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, all that
Word
stuff.
up, ring that
Share
bell.
it. If you're watching on the Roku, we appreciate you, and we see you on the next one.
Let's go.
Peace.